A man who chases cannot lead. This isn't just a saying, it's the unspoken mantra of every Sigma male out there. While the world is busy sprinting after attention and validation, the Sigma male remains still, calm, collected, and completely unfazed. Why? Because he knows something most people don't. The moment you chase, you lose power. Here's an interesting fact to chew on. Studies show that people are more attracted to those who seem unattainable. In other words, playing hard to get is not just a dating trick, it's basic psychology. But Sigma males, they're not playing at anything. They genuinely couldn't care less about chasing after anyone, and that's exactly what makes them irresistible. The truth is, a Sigma male doesn't chase because he's too busy building himself into the kind of man people chase after. And if you think that sounds arrogant, it's not. It's just efficiency. Why waste time chasing fleeting infatuations when you can focus on becoming the man everyone wants to be around? Let's dive into the unapologetic, brutally honest reasons why Sigma males never run after women. And trust me, it's not for the reasons you might think. Number one, the thrill of the chase doesn't impress them. The thrill of the chase is overrated, at least to a Sigma male. While most people get a rush from the idea of pursuing someone, he finds it more of a pointless energy drain than an adrenaline boost. To him, the whole concept feels like a game designed to entertain egos and fuel insecurities, and he's simply not interested in playing. He doesn't see the logic in running after someone who hasn't shown the same level of interest. It's like pouring water into a cup with no bottom. Why would anyone want to waste their time on something so unfulfilling? For a Sigma male, the real thrill comes from pursuing goals, mastering skills, and tackling challenges that actually matter. Chasing someone for validation or approval doesn't even make it on his list of priorities. He knows that the right people, especially the right woman, won't require him to exhaust himself in an endless pursuit. If there's no natural pull, no mutual energy, then what's the point? Relationships to him should feel like two magnets aligning, not one magnet desperately chasing after another. He also sees through the temporary high that most people get from the chase. Sure, it might feel exciting in the moment, but how often does it lead to something real? That thrill is often just an illusion, a distraction from deeper insecurities or unmet needs. Sigma males don't fall for that trap because they've done the work on themselves. They've built a life that's already full of purpose and satisfaction, so chasing someone for a fleeting thrill seems like trading gold for plastic. To him, true value comes from mutual respect and connection, not from running in circles trying to impress someone who may not even care. Number two, they know true connection can't be forced. Sigma males have a deep understanding that genuine connections are born out of mutual energy, not relentless pursuit. To them, chasing feels less like romance and more like manipulation, an attempt to convince someone to feel something they don't naturally feel. That's a game they refuse to play. They're firm believers that if a connection is real, it will flow effortlessly, without the need for constant convincing or over-the-top effort. Anything that requires force to exist instantly loses its value in their eyes. To them, relationships should be built on authenticity. If they have to keep proving their worth to someone or tirelessly fight for attention, it feels fake, forced, and exhausting. They're not about to turn themselves into a salesperson pitching their value just to get someone to care. It's not arrogance, it's self-respect. They know their worth, and they're not going to chase anyone who can't see it naturally. A forced connection is like wearing a mask. It may look good on the surface, but it's suffocating underneath. Sigma males don't want anything that feels like a performance. They value the kind of bond where both sides meet in the middle willingly and naturally, without anyone pushing or pulling. And the moment they sense that someone isn't equally invested or isn't on the same wavelength, they walk away without hesitation. They're not afraid to leave the table when respect and authenticity aren't being served. For them, it's not about chasing love. It's about allowing the right connections to find them in their own time, with no force required. Number three, they're fully aware of their worth. Sigma males don't waste time chasing because they are fully grounded in their own value. They don't need someone else's approval or affection to validate their worth. They already know what they bring to the table. Confidence, ambition, self-reliance, and emotional intelligence are qualities they've spent years honing. To chase after someone who can't recognize these traits feels like a downgrade, a compromise they're simply unwilling to make. When someone fails to see their value, it doesn't shake their foundation. Instead of bending over backward to prove their worth, they'll calmly walk away, knowing their absence will be felt eventually. To them, it's not a loss, it's just redirection. They see rejection not as a reflection of their inadequacy, but as someone else's inability to appreciate the extraordinary. Sigma males operate from a place of abundance, not scarcity. They don't believe there's only one person out there for them, nor do they buy into the idea that they have to fight for attention. They know the right connection will come when it's meant to, and they refuse to settle for anything less than mutual respect and recognition. If someone can't see their worth, they don't feel the need to explain it. They also understand the quiet power of walking away. It's a bold move that speaks louder than any plea or persuasion. While others might chase to win someone over, Sigma males let their value do the talking. If someone doesn't notice it, that's fine. Someone else will. And when they do, it'll be without effort, without games, and without compromise. Number 4, they understand the power of scarcity. Sigma males have mastered the art of scarcity, and not as a gimmick, it's simply how they live. They don't make themselves readily available to anyone and everyone because they know that true value lies in what's rare. If something or someone is always within reach, it starts to lose its appeal. Sigma males understand this instinctively, and they let their absence speak louder than their presence. By choosing to focus on their own lives, goals, and personal growth, they unintentionally create an air of intrigue. They're not trying to be mysterious or hard to get. They just prioritize their time differently. This natural unavailability makes them stand out in a world full of people desperately seeking attention. The less they try, the more people seem to gravitate toward them. They also know that chasing someone often has the opposite effect. It makes you look overly eager and less desirable. Instead of running after something, they stand firm, drawing people in like a magnet. They understand that if someone is genuinely interested, they'll meet them halfway. If not, there's no point in forcing a connection that was never meant to be. This approach isn't about playing games or manipulating others. It's about self-respect and maintaining a standard. They don't dilute their energy by being everywhere and everything for everyone. Their time, presence, and attention are earned, not handed out freely. And because of this, when a Sigma male does let someone into their world, it feels rare and significant, exactly how they believe relationships should feel. Number 5, romance isn't their main priority. For Sigma males, romance is like an optional side quest, not the main storyline. While others might center their lives around finding love, Sigma males are too busy building something bigger, be it their career, personal goals, or mastering their craft. Chasing after someone just doesn't align with their priorities. To them, life is about growth, independence, and creating something meaningful, not endlessly pursuing a relationship that may or may not lead anywhere. They see romance as a complement, not a necessity. Sure, they can appreciate the idea of love, but they're not going to derail their focus or compromise their values just to make it happen. Chasing someone feels like a distraction from their real mission, a mission they've worked too hard to define and execute. If romance fits into their story naturally, great. If not, they'll keep turning the pages without it. Sigma males also don't buy into the notion that a relationship will complete them. They've already done the work to feel whole on their own. That's why they approach love from a position of strength, not need. They're not looking for someone to fill a void. They're looking for someone who can keep up with the pace of their journey. By refusing to chase, they're making a statement. They won't compromise their narrative just to fit into someone else's. Romance to them should add to the story, not rewrite it. And if that means being alone for a while, so be it. For Sigma males, the plotline of self-discovery, ambition, and freedom is far more compelling than any fleeting chase for love. Number 6, they know people value what they earn. Sigma males are acutely aware of a simple truth: people only truly value what they've earned. This isn't about arrogance, it's about human nature. They understand that when something is freely given, like unearned attention or effort, it's often taken for granted. And Sigma males, they refuse to be anyone's afterthought or convenience. They know their worth and believe that if someone truly values them, it will be because they've shown their own interest and respect, not because they've been handed everything on a silver platter. By not chasing, Sigma males set a clear boundary. They don't beg for anyone's time, attention, or affection because they know doing so diminishes its value. If someone has to work even a little to gain their attention, it creates a sense of appreciation and respect that wouldn't exist otherwise. It's not about playing hard to get, it's about maintaining a standard where mutual effort is required. They've seen too many people undervalue what's freely given, and they're not about to become another example of that. If someone doesn't value them for who they are, without all the chasing and convincing, then that connection simply isn't worth pursuing. Sigma males don't see relationships as charity work. They expect equal effort and investment from the other side. Their approach forces others to reflect on what they truly want. When someone does earn a place in their lives, it's meaningful, intentional, and deeply appreciated. And because of this, the people who stick around value them even more, knowing they've earned something rare, a genuine connection with someone who doesn't just hand out their time and energy to anyone. Number 7, they don't need emotional crutches. Sigma males aren't running around looking for someone to save them, complete them, or patch up their emotional wounds. They've done the hard work of confronting their own issues, facing their fears, insecurities, and doubts head-on. They've learned to stand tall on their own 2 feet, and because of that, they're not the kind of men who see relationships as an emotional crutch. They don't need a partner to fill some void or validate their existence. They're already whole. This self-sufficiency is exactly why they don't chase. To them, chasing someone reeks of desperation, of trying to grasp at something to feel better about yourself. They're not about that life. If they enter a relationship, it's not because they need it, it's because they want it. And there's a big difference. They see relationships as a bonus to an already fulfilling life, not as a solution to their problems. Sigma males also avoid the trap of codependency. They know how dangerous it is to rely on someone else for emotional stability. Instead of handing someone the responsibility for their happiness, they've taken it into their own hands. That independence gives them a level of freedom and confidence that most people never achieve. By refusing to lean on others for emotional support, they create healthier, more balanced relationships. They won't demand constant reassurance or make someone else responsible for fixing them, and they expect the same in return. This mindset frees them from the exhausting cycle of chasing people who might only serve as temporary bandages for deeper issues. Sigma males have no time for that. They've got their own lives to live and demons to keep in check, all without depending on anyone else to do it for them. Number 8, their confidence is misunderstood as arrogance. Sigma males often walk a fine line between confidence and what others mistakenly perceive as arrogance. Their self-assured demeanor and refusal to chase don't stem from thinking women aren't worth the effort. Far from it. They simply believe that respect, attraction, and connection should flow naturally. To them, if a relationship needs to be forced or chased, it's not built on a solid foundation, and they won't waste their energy pretending otherwise. Their confidence isn't loud or overbearing, it's quiet and grounded in self-awareness. They know who they are and what they bring to the table, which eliminates any need for theatrics or overcompensation. But to some, their calm refusal to play by traditional courting rules can come across as aloof or even egotistical. The truth is, Sigma males aren't trying to act superior, they're just uninterested in games. They see no point in begging for attention or convincing someone to care because, in their minds, mutual interest doesn't require persuasion. What many misunderstand is that their approach is rooted in respect, both for themselves and for others. Sigma males value authenticity above all else, and they believe chasing often creates an imbalance of power. Instead, they prefer relationships where both parties meet each other on equal footing, drawn together by mutual admiration and effort. It's not arrogance, it's a commitment to preserving dignity and integrity. To those who take the time to understand them, their confidence becomes an attractive force, not an intimidating barrier. But to those quick to judge, it might seem like they're cold or detached. In reality, Sigma males aren't dismissing women. They're simply holding out for something real, and they're willing to wait as long as it takes for that connection to happen naturally. Number 9, they trust timing over force. Sigma males understand that timing is everything. They don't believe in forcing anything, especially relationships. They know that when the right people and the right moments align, everything falls into place without needing to push or manipulate the situation. Forcing things, whether it's a relationship or a connection, just disrupts the natural flow of life, and that's something they're unwilling to compromise. They trust the process, knowing that what's meant for them will find its way when the time is right. This belief in timing is part of their deep sense of patience and inner peace. They don't rush or chase because they're confident that their path will unfold in its own time. Trying to force a connection or rush through life's stages feels unnatural to them, almost like trying to bend the rules of fate. Sigma males also value harmony in their lives. They know that pushing for something before it's ready can create tension, stress, and imbalance. Instead of getting caught up in the urgency that drives many to chase relationships, they focus on maintaining peace with themselves. They're comfortable being alone, knowing that their time will come, and they'd rather wait for something genuine than force something temporary. They're not afraid of being patient. They see the bigger picture and recognize that the right people will come into their lives at the right moment, no matter how long it takes. In the meantime, they focus on their own growth and success, trusting that relationships, just like everything else, are part of a natural unfolding journey. Number 10, they believe relationships should be a choice, not a need. Sigma males operate from a mindset that sees relationships as a choice, not a necessity. Chasing someone is rooted in the idea of dependency, believing that your life is incomplete without another person. But Sigma males don't view themselves as lacking or needing anyone to fill a void. They believe that relationships should enhance their lives, not become the very foundation of their happiness or identity. For them, the idea of pursuing someone out of desperation or neediness feels foreign. It's not that they don't value connection or intimacy, they absolutely do, but they know that a relationship should be based on mutual respect, attraction, and the desire to share a journey together, not because either party feels incomplete or dependent on the other to feel whole. When Sigma males choose to enter a relationship, it's because it aligns with their life and goals, not because they're looking to find validation or purpose through another person. They are already complete on their own. They've built their lives with intention, and the idea of seeking out a relationship to fill gaps doesn't resonate with them. Instead, a relationship should add something valuable to their already fulfilling life. It's a decision, not a requirement. This mindset also keeps them from falling into unhealthy dynamics. They're not likely to settle for a relationship out of fear of being alone or out of societal pressure. They choose partners who respect their independence and who bring value to the table just as they do. It's not about needing someone to complete them. It's about choosing someone who aligns with their vision for life. In the world of constant hustle and relentless pursuit, Sigma males stand as a rare breed, unmoved by the need to chase. Their lives are a carefully crafted masterpiece, driven by personal growth, independence, and authenticity. They don't need a relationship to feel complete, because they already understand the immense value they bring to the table. They don't chase after women because they know that true connection is earned, not begged for, and that real relationships evolve naturally, not through forced effort. Their confidence doesn't come from arrogance, but from the deep understanding that they are whole on their own. To them, relationships are a choice, a beautiful addition to an already fulfilling life, not a lifeline. They believe in letting the right people find them at the right time, trusting the flow of life rather than rushing through it. Chasing implies desperation, but Sigma males prefer patience, inner peace, and respect over urgency and need. Ultimately, the Sigma male's approach isn't about rejecting love or relationships, it's about respecting himself enough to never compromise his values for anyone. It's about choosing authenticity over convenience and self-sufficiency over dependency. They know that the best things in life come when they're least expected, and when the right connection happens, it will be real, meaningful, and mutual. In a world where people often look to others for validation or purpose, Sigma males remain unshakably grounded. They don't chase because they know what's meant for them will find its way naturally without effort. And in that calm confidence lies the true power of the Sigma male, the unwavering belief that they, and only they, hold the pen to their own story. If you enjoyed the video and found these insights into the Sigma male's mindset intriguing, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more content like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let me know what stood out to you or if you have any questions. Don't forget to share the video with anyone who might find it as interesting as you did, and of course give it a like if it resonated with you. Your support helps keep this channel growing and I truly appreciate it. Bye for now and see you in the next video.